12 Days of Spirituality, Day 12. Today's topic is lust. Lust is sort of the forbidden topic in spirituality. A lot of teachers never talk on it. And I think this is because even the most so-called spiritually advanced teachers, they struggle with this. It is inherent to the human condition. Lust is a natural feeling that arises in everyone. And anyone who says otherwise is lying, because to be human is to have a creative spark that arises in the form of lust. That is deeply human, that is inherent to humanity. And so any teaching that demonizes lust as something evil or something to be suppressed or eradicated, that is not a true teaching. Because something that is so natural to humanity cannot simply be removed or destroyed. And that is what a lot of teachings seek to do. But through this, they create so much disharmony, so much unbalance, and so much fear within people, where people naturally feel this arise in them, and then because of these teachings, they don't know what to do. And so what happens is they suppress this energy, and then it bleeds out into their lives in all sorts of dysfunctional ways. Anything that is suppressed, any emotion that is suppressed, will find its way into other areas of your life and wreak havoc. And this happens all the time. And so it's very important that we talk about lust in a way that honors the fact that it is deeply human. It is inherent to the human condition. It is not bad, it's not wrong, and it's not something to be destroyed. But what we must also consider is that the direct opposite to suppression is indulgence. And indulgence is equally as harmful because it is an irresponsible, mismanaged, and chaotic dispersion of this energy. It is a impulsive action. People are impulsively drawn to remove this feeling as soon as it arises. When this feeling arises, they feel the insatiable urge or impulse to deal with it. And so that is also harmful because it comes from a place of wanting to escape from the feeling rather than sit with it and see what this feeling has to teach us. What is this feeling? What is lust teaching us about ourselves? What is it showing in ourselves that we need to integrate and we need to understand in order to be more whole? Because to simply indulge in it is to want to escape from the feeling. And that's no better than suppression. So these are the two extremes that most people fall within. They fall within either indulging or suppressing. Now, what if we consider that there is a third path, a third way to deal with lust? And there is. It is the path of observation. We observe lust. We observe it from a neutral standpoint. We do not place judgment on it. We do not condemn it. we simply observe what it is. It is life force energy that is arising in us with the impetus to create. That is what it is. That is a neutral observation. And from that point, we create a space where we can decide how to direct this energy. Where do we go from there? Do we move forward and indulge it? Or do we create something with it? Or do we find some other outlet where we can use this energy in a more cohesive, intentional way? See, observing the energy without immediately judging it as good or bad gives us the opening, the space, to make a decision. And what we find when we give ourselves this opening is that the feeling comes and we don't immediately rush to get rid of it. We are able to sit with it. We sit with the feeling, and then from there, we can make a more informed decision about where to go next. So, lust can be dealt with in this way. And this is a more conscious way to deal with it, because it's not an escaping or a suppressing. It is more of a contemplating, and it is more of a allowing. We are allowing it. We are allowing the feeling to arise without judging it, without condemning it. And therefore, it loses the urgency that it once had. It loses its grip on ourselves. There was this intense grip that it had on our psyches. But when we chose to observe it from a neutral lens, that gave us the space to deal with it in a more constructive way. So that's the third path. Now, everyone deals with lust in their own way, and no way is right or wrong. It's simply their choice. And as we expand in consciousness, we realize that there is no right or wrong answer. It's simply different ways of dealing with it